This podcast is not a substitute for a relationship with a mental health professional.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Mental Health is a Lifestyle podcast with your girl, Andrea Wise Brown, and your brother, Mr.
Stephen James Dixon.
Stephen James Dixon.
Yay.
Yay.
So today we on
Okay.
communication and acceptance, and can we mix in a little bit of the setting the stage and the platform for this communication?
Yes, absolutely.
Mhm.
Well, why? I mean, since we're here, why don't we do that? But before we do that, right? What I want to do is I want to properly introduce again.
Oh yeah,
like you said, for someone who hasn't seen you before, or this show before, right?
Subscribe.
So there you go. That's right. Subscribe. But okay, so so here we go. So I've already told you what this series is. This is the Mental Health is a Lifestyle show. When we're talking about series, when we're talking about it's a safe space.
Mm-hmm.
This is a safe space for men to heal.
Yes.
Now, and who I have with me as my partner in doing this is Mr. Stephen James Dixon.
Yes.
And he is a husband, a father, a relationship expert, and author of the books. I'll tell you about that other one. Men Don't Heal, We Hoe. It's a book about the emotional instability of men. Stephen has been featured live on TV and radio across the country and as far away as Europe and Africa. And what I want you to please say to me or tell us is, because I didn't know that you had another book. So that was one.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the name of your other book?
The name of my other book is Love Capacity. And if you go to lovecapacity.com, you can take the Love Capacity quiz. And what the quiz will do, I got a baby 90,000 quizzes.
Oh.
Where I just kind of gathered the data.
Okay.
And just released the results. And I had to show it to you. Where I went through and I said, okay, this is your capacity to love. And I gave scores and I gave titles and descriptions to those scores as to what they mean. So that's definitely a whole other podcast. I have to show you that.
Please.
Yes.
No, really, I would love to. You know, I would love that.
Yeah.
Obsessed.
Yeah.
Because we are talking about capacity, which is what I love. And we're going to recap in 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
But let me just tell you why, the reason why, the core of the reason why we started the series is because, and these are statistics, just want to tell you, 71% of high school dropouts are fatherless. 90% of all homeless and runaway children are fatherless. 18.3 million children in the United States of America live in a fatherless household, which is really 1 in 4 children. And so in 2021, what research shows, I'm sorry, y'all, I had to take a pause on that, is men died by suicide 3.90 times more than women. 3.9 times more than women of suicide. Okay? So we're here because we are telling you we know what you need. Men need to heal. And we are here to help you heal. And so we're creating this safe space for you to heal. Okay, now we're going to just recap.
Wait.
Oh, go.
Get that?
Go.
You said that 3.9 times more likely for a man to commit suicide
than women.
I'm kind of shocked by that. I would not have known that statistic. I would have thought differently. I would have thought, because in society we kind of envision the woman as the person that's having the emotional breakdown and meltdowns and dealing with all that, and not men, right?
Yeah.
But it's the men who actually commit the suicide. The woman will scream for help. Man will go quietly.
Ooh.
We just jumping off the building. We're like, I'm done. We don't want no help. And so that's what this whole series is about. It's about making sure that men know that if you don't feel like you have help, how do you create that platform and that safe space where you can talk about whatever's going on before you try to make that leap.
Yes.
And we're so blessed and lucky that our women don't take that leap without at least first trying to talk. On average, right?
Yes.
But yeah, I'm shocked about that that number. I would, if you would have asked me, I definitely would. If you just say in general, who commits suicide more, the black woman or the black man? I would have said the black woman.
Wow.
You get what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying. Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
And so just having men set that space. So yeah, we definitely need to make sure we create that platform.
Yeah, absolutely.
How do you do it? Yeah.
Well, that's what we're doing.
Recap of love.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. And so, yeah, that's right. A recap of love. Look, you before me. You peeking at my notes, cheating. Did you used to do that in school?
Yeah,
Did you used to cheat off the person next to you?
Yes, I was cheating. They answered wrong. I'm not writing that down. Yeah, I'm going to look one over here. I always set up tall like that. Ain't no sense in me lying. I got friends who will call me out on it. Yeah, that was me. But yeah, love, what we talked about last week.
Yes.
Just a quick summary from my point.
Yes, please. No,
was you just,
go.
As a man, learning how to love yourself.
Yes.
Learning how to love those around you.
Yes.
Your friends, your fraternity brothers, if you have them, your neighbors. And then the more you learn to love yourself, the more you learn to love those around you, now you have a better love to give your spouse.
Love it. Your spouse, yes, and your children.
Yes,
right. That was exactly it. That was so good, y'all. You did good. Okay, and so even in addition to that, right, yes. So I just want to say the word again, because I love that when we said the whole thing about capacity. So you build up your capacity. So if you just imagine we all have batteries and there's a certain amount of capacity. And when you don't resolve kind of like your unresolved issues with family, with friends, right? That's what we discussed, with your spouses, with your children, then you don't really have, you've used all this energy. It's just it's not really resolved. So now your battery, the capacity in your battery is so small. So now how can I really properly love someone else, another woman or children, when I have all of this energy that's just kind of used up, but it's not resolved. So in order to expand on your capacity, I love it when you said, brother, let's go back. Let's re-energize that. Let's clear up some stuff. Let's address some stuff with the family. Let's address some stuff with the children. I want to be good. That's what you said. I want to be good with my siblings. I want to be good with my mama and my father. I want to be good with, right? And then that gives you more capacity, right? And then the big one was, I want to be good with myself.
Yes.
And that's what's going to lead us up into today. I want to be good with myself. So you said loving yourself.
Yes.
And we talked about that. And loving myself looks like identifying what is it that I like? What is it that I love to do? What is it that I'm attracted to? Taking some time in processing. And I even ask you to get you a little notebook for this series and then just kind of just write some free thoughts. What is it that I enjoy? If it was a perfect world, what is it that I'd be doing? What would I do? So once you start to create that and understand that about you, because men don't really have the space to do that. Right. Society does not give men the space to do that. Well, what we're telling you is, you take the space to do it, right? So process that. And then once you come to knowing who you are, I know for sure, anxiety and trauma will whisper in your ear, well, you can't do that. Well, you can't, that's not this, or that ain't big enough, or, she not going to like that, or your mama not going to like, or whatever that is, right? And then what you do is you say, shut your mouth, you close that down, okay? And you accept who you are. Acceptance.
Yes.
Once you can accept who you are, that also expands your battery.
Yes.
That's how you can love yourself. Unapologetically, you can love yourself, accepting yourself unconditionally. And that is when you have the capacity to love others.
Yeah, when we talk about capacity, to give a simple example, right? So say, when I'm talking about increasing my capacity to love, we're saying that if I have unresolved issues, it impacts my capacity in a negative way. So I have a problem with my mother from growing up, And it's just an example. Love my mom. Mom was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But if I had a problem with my mother,
Mm-hmm.
I cannot reach my full potential and capacity to share love with someone else because my heart is kind of broken over here on the side because of what happened with my mother or what happened with my father or what happened with my siblings or an old girlfriend, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
I compare it to if you're an athlete and you're training
Mm-hmm.
and you have an issue in your leg.
Mm-hmm.
It's more, I'm a track star. I'm trying to get faster,
Mm-hmm.
but my right leg is hurting.
Mm-hmm.
I got some cartilage there
Mm-hmm.
that needs to be cleaned out and I need to rehab.
Come on.
When it's physical,
Mm-hmm.
we know how to address it, identify it, and we work on it.
Mm-hmm.
But when it's internal,
Mm-hmm.
we don't even know how to identify it.
Wow.
We don't even know what's wrong with it.
Mm.
So that's why we're here trying to share, like walk through these things. Take your time. If you're listening to the podcast, take your time. Review yourself, your history. Write down. I love free thinking also and free writing.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I just waste time writing. And when I say waste, and you say waste too, we mean it's really constructive.
Mm-hmm.
Like saying like
ain't really waste.
right, it's
Mm-hmm.
constructive in terms of you have to do the work to get to where you need to be.
Absolutely.
And sometimes you got to just write like, I am upset, I am hurt.
Yes.
And then you have to say, well, why am I upset?
Mm-hmm.
Why am I hurt?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this happened when I was 13.
Mm.
And this happened when I was 15.
Mm.
And I didn't resolve what happened when I was 15 because of what happened when I was 13. And I closed off all of that. And I've been protecting myself from allowing those things to happen again.
Mm-hmm.
When you protect yourself from being hurt, you cannot love.
Oh,
love requires everything that you have.
Vulnerability.
And if you're protecting, you can't be vulnerable.
That's right.
Which means you can't ever meet the capacity that you have to need to give love to another person.
Mm-hmm.
Your partner is going to always know
Yes.
when you're not loving them right.
Mm.
Isn't that weird how they know that?
It ain't weird.
It ain't weird. It ain't that. They just always know.
Yes, because
They
it's,
know.
well, and that's so interesting, right? And I'm thinking you saying from a male's perspective, but remember we were talking about that, right? This is what we're doing is because men don't really identify, many of them, generally speaking, their feelings. They're not connected feelings. And a lot of women, right? So we are socialized to connect to feelings.
Yes.
This is why men will always accuse women of being emotional. They so emotional.
Yes.
They so emotional,
Yes.
right? But anywho, that is what you're speaking of. Is this is why a woman can feel like she's not being loved.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we ain't loving them.
That's right.
The other critical issue though is that we think that we are. Yeah. We're saying you better take this love.
Well,
this is the best I got.
Oh, that's so good. But guess what? This is why you hear, my brother, because what men think love is checking off the list.
Yes.
Because I took out the garbage.
Yes.
Got me?
I got
because I got you some candies. Because you know what I'm saying? Like those things where you can check off a list, things that that you can kind of maybe monetize, or things that you said are external.
Yes.
Opposed to giving your energy, engaging, giving your heart.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what women want.
Yes. My wife told me one day, she said, I need affirmation.
Oh.
And I was like, okay, I'm going to give you that. And then so she turned around, I was like, what is affirmation? What that is. Yeah, I got you. I'm going to give it to you. Yeah. What's she talking about, the woman? Affirmation?
Mm.
You know, things like that. Like she took the time to think about what she needed.
That's good.
I didn't even know the usage of that word to know if I needed it or not. So when she said she needed affirmation, I was like, bad, no problem, got you. I don't know what that is.
That's good.
I literally had to go read and then try to give it to her and then say, hey, was that affirmation? She's like, nah, brother, that was a compliment. I was like, okay, hold on. I must have read it wrong.
Oh, that's so good.
Let me find another article. I need to find comparing compliments to affirmations. So I'm like, okay, this is a compliment and this is an affirmation. Meanwhile, I still don't know if I need any of that. But my wife then already thought through what she needed in advance of our conversation and knowing what she needs. So that's what we try to get our men to get to that level of thought and feeling of what they need out of relationships.
No, that's so true. Yep, that's what we're doing. And so are you good with our recap from last week?
Recap was good, I think.
You think so?
Let us know in the comments.
Okay. And you know, this is something else that I am going to do, Well, it's going to be up there. I should probably say that it's up there. I'm going to put it up there. Yeah. But I'm going to put a list, because this is so good that you're telling me these things, right? About, even when you say your wife said affirmations, or you call me out on saying certain words, and you like, could you please explain to us what that is? It's so good. That's so good. So what I'm going to do is today, it's going to be up there by the time we air this, but I'm going to put a list of feeling words on my website.
I'm gonna cheat. Look at it.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna see something like, you know what, I'm gonna do that today.
So it's actually feeling words, because it's interesting and easy for us to call men to say, you need to feel more. We have to teach you how.
Yes.
Right? Like you said last week, you were saying, you gave me some words and you was like, is that a feeling? Is that a feeling? Is tripping a feeling?
And you said, no, tripping is not a
feeling. Tripping is not a feeling.
And how the series started, when I went to my first counseling session, my counselor asked me how I was feeling. I said I was hungry.
There you go.
And you said hungry is not a feeling. It's sleepy a feeling. Not sleepy. Tired, is that a feeling?
Tired is a feeling.
Tired, you could be tired.
I feel tired.
Oh, okay. I can feel tired.
Yes, I feel tired.
Well, I can't feel hungry. I can feel hungry.
Well, you can be hungry. But
I can't feel hungry.
You can feel hungry. You can feel hunger.
But it's not an emotion.
It's not an emotion. And that really doesn't work in a counseling session. How about that?
That's why we need that in the comments down there. We need you to write that down. And all the times that men have said things that they feel, and we, like I said, we don't know those words. If someone was to ask me how you feel or what do you need, it would never, ever, and this is what we're talking about, it would never, ever dawn to me to say, I need to be affirmed. That terminology would never come out of my mouth. I don't feel deeper, even today, as a man that's been married, I don't know, I think we've been married 19 years. Yeah, 19 years. My wife can watch this podcast.
19 years.
19 years. Yeah, no, 18 years.
Okay.
19 years. 18 years.
18 years.
18 years so far. And I still wouldn't, I'm able to say I'm hurt now.
That's good.
It took a long time.
Okay.
I wish I knew exactly when I was able to say that. Probably wasn't until I was in my 40s. I was able to just a general, I'm hurt. Before then, of course, it was always anger when I was hurt. But now, in my 40s, I've been able to go to my wife and say, hey, what you did hurt my feelings.
Oh, that's so good.
What you said hurt my feelings.
Oh, that's so good.
Do you find that you're getting more men that's able to say that?
Absolutely. When they're ready to do the work. Yeah.
When you're ready to do the work.
When you're ready to do the work.
So those two go together. That's why I wasn't able to say it when I was younger, because I wasn't ready to do any. I didn't know that there was any work to do.
Oh yeah. And let me. So here we go. Before I get it. So y'all, today the topic is I'm hungry for acceptance. But let me tell you what this has sounded like in the world or in my office was I'm hungry for unconditional love. Yeah, I don't know. Have you ever heard a man actually say that before to you?
No.
I want unconditional love.
Well, when they say it, it's usually from an aspect of they're wanting to do something and their wife is not letting them do it. Like it's almost a reverse attack.
Oh, that's so good.
Like you're not, you're not letting me have a threesome. And I should be allowed to have a threesome. If you love me, you'll let us have a threesome. You love me unconditionally. It don't matter if we with somebody else in the bedroom.
That's right. It's good.
They try to apply it across everything. We're using it too generally speaking.
Right. Yeah. Because what love is unconditional?
I'm glad you said that. I was nervous.
Oh,
I've heard a lot of people really fight for unconditional love. I don't believe in it.
No, it's no such thing. We are human. We're not God.
Right.
So God has unconditional love.
I'm so glad you said that.
Yes.
Because I was like, if she says she for unconditional love, we about to fight out.
And
I hope
you do. I hope you do, because I want you to be 100 toes down honest.
Yes.
Yes. What is unconditional? And that's the thing, right? So when a man says he wants unconditional love, right? And then he says, like you say, right? I love that, because they have a point of it's something that they want to do that they can't do, right?
Yes.
But then this is the thing, when I ask them back, so you have a daughter, your daughter is dating, would you want your daughter to have that unconditional love for her
Right.
boyfriend.
Right. That's why I say all men should have daughters. Like, they should just give us a daughter. Like, you know, when you're in school, you run around with an egg or something you can't drop. Every 18-year-old man should just get a daughter for like a year or something. Because
that wouldn't even work.
It wouldn't work.
No, they just need a daughter. God just needs to give them a whole daughter for all of their life.
You know what? God should just say your first kid is going to be a daughter.
For every man.
It will shut down sex too. Like, I'd be like, I'm good. Now that I have a daughter, I'd be like, no more sex for me. I ain't getting married. None of that. My daughter drives me crazy. And so she gonna see this one day. My daughter's 8 now. When she see this in 10 years, she's still gonna give me a hard time about it.
I love it.
Daughters are something else.
Ooh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, so unconditional love, like I just believe that if you're really giving someone love, it has to have conditions. Or if I'm gonna give you unconditional love, I can't be with you. Because that means that whatever you do, I'm going to love you no matter what. Like, no, my love don't work like that. My love is real. And it needs to be cherished and appreciated. So if I'm giving everything I have to you every day, and you give me back some trash, and I got to wake up tomorrow and give it to you again, I don't have that capacity.
Right.
You know, that I don't have that capacity to do it. I kind of said it on accident.
But that's okay. You did it. You said it because it was supposed to be said.
Right.
Because you, like many men who are watching this, and probably women too, if you're in the room but you're quiet, can identify with what you just said, right? Because conditions, right? It has all to do with you, right? So what I reflect, right? What I'm asking of you has to do with my value system and what it is that I believe, right?
Yes.
And so that's where the conditions come from. But I think this goes back to resonance and dissonance, right? Because if you're in a relationship and the conditions that you have for your partner does not goes against who they are, then the relationship is going to be in conflict. It's going to be a dissonant relationship.
Yes.
Got me?
Yes.
However, if the conditions that you have is in flow with your partner, like your partner's like, okay, I can, then it's going to be a resonant relationship.
One of the easier examples is I often get relationship people that come in, or marriages that come in, where the communication is more aggressive than the woman is comfortable with. The man wants to use vulgarity or just not be considerate. You know what? Too many of our brothers want to talk to our woman like a man.
Oh, okay.
And they want them to accept that kind of communication. Like, what's wrong with you? Why are you acting like that? Instead of something more, you're talking to your woman. You're talking to, be more gentle. Yeah. Be more compassionate. Yeah. Slow down. Take your time when you're talking to your woman. Hey, babe, how are you doing? Yeah. Hey, babe, what can I do differently? What can I do better? What do you need? And I'm not necessarily saying you're supposed to give or do whatever your woman says. Right. But at least you open up a place where you can have a safe conversation. Yeah. And we can really get to the bottom of it. But if you go to the woman, what do you want, woman? She don't feel safe to tell you what she wants. Why would she tell you what she wants?
That's so good.
She don't believe you that you actually care about what she wants. And so I have too many men that do that just feel like in their communication, they want to talk to their wife, their girlfriend, their baby mother, as if it's the same dude that they're just playing basketball with. They're different.
Very different, right? And so to me, what I think that speaks to is you holding your woman in a certain regard, right? You treating her special. It's like if you have a special pair of sneakers, or anything that you feel like is special to you. You got a special car. You know what I'm saying? You got a special you a hat man, a special hat, a special watch, whatever that thing is. Then what are you going to do? You're going to nurture it. You're going to shine it. You're going to make sure that it's taken care of. You're going to put it you're going to treat it like it's special. Not like it's just any old other watch. Not like it's any old other pair of sneakers or any other. You understand what I'm saying? Right. So to me, I think that's what you're speaking to with, if this is my woman, if this is the person that I'm going to share my life with, I need to treat her like she is special. Hey, family, just stop by here for a couple of seconds. Have something for you. This right here is a go-to guide. The name of it is 6 Pillars to Power Up Your Mind and to make mental health a lifestyle. This teaches you everything that you need to know to keep your mind healthy and strong. So come on now, if you want to keep your minds healthy and strong, as you have joined this, a part of our movement, you've joined this mission, you got to know how to do it. So this is your go-to guide. Going to get this at awisebrown.com. In addition to that, what you'll learn in this book is there are other ways to keep your mind healthy and strong, nice and alert. And that would be aromatherapy. Family, I'm trying to tell you something. This is delicious. Oh my goodness. This is a cruelty-free candle with no paraffins, no formaldehyde, and no known suspected carcinogenics. And the name of it is A Slice of Happiness, because when you smell it, it raises the endorphins in your brain. I'm just telling you. And the dopamine, it makes you feel good. You get a burst of happiness. You can burn it, or you can just walk by and smell it. You can find this too at awisebrown.com. People are loving it. Please get it before it sells out. A Slice of Happiness. And then family, because I know you're a part of me. I'm a part of you. We doing this together. We got hoodies now, family. All of us. We got hoodies. Wise by Andrea, it's kind of like on that candle. But y'all, let me show you what the back says. Mental health is a lifestyle. Andrea Wise Brown. And it's a zip-up hoodie. So you can zip it down, zip it up. Can't really zip it down today because it's all I have on. And then I have it in white too. You can buy it in white too. Wise by Andrea. It's the cutest thing. Mental health is a lifestyle. Come on, family, we have hoodies. So I want you to go and get your hoodie that feels so comfortable. I just love to wear them everywhere. Get your aromatherapy and then get your go-to guide. You're going to go to awisebrown.com. Click on shop. awisebrown.com. Shop to get your goodies. Okay, see you on the other side.
Special. Okay, I got something for special.
Come on.
So when I prioritize relationships,
Yes.
I say God is first. I'm a
Okay.
Christian. God is first.
Okay.
Right? And I had to tell my mama this.
Oh.
When we was doing the mama thing and mama like trying to figure out what her prioritization is, and it comes to my wife and all that, I say, "Oh, mom, you raised me to go to church. Mama, God first.
Okay.
My wife is second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? My wife is second. Guess who's third?
Who?
My wife is third.
Oh.
I want double the prioritization on my wife.
Okay.
She's double more important than everybody else in my life.
Oh.
Like that set that precedence up front. She's double the importance of everyone else in my life. Double the importance of Tupac Shakur, who I know is not with us, but that's my guy. I'm a Tupac guy.
You're a Tupac, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Double more important than my fraternity brothers. Double more important than my friends, my mother, my kids. And really when I say double, the goal is to treat her as double. Like I'm telling myself, this is where I need to put her. And I need to work to put her there. I need to be intentional that she's set apart.
Come on now.
From everyone else in my life.
Come on
so
now.
So God first, wife second, wife third, guess who fourth? Who? Fourth is vacant. Meaning no one close to my wife.
Oh.
No one close. Not even in comparison, not in the same realm, not in the same universe. Yes. None of that. So like I remember my cousin called and said, "Hey, I'm doing a DJ gig. My car broke down. I need to borrow the truck to, do. Hey, my wife in the truck. Well, can you just switch it? No, I'm not switching cars or nothing. My wife is out with the girls in the truck. I'm not arguing with my wife over you, cousin. Yes. Or when my mom calls, "Hey, can you keep my dog?" No, my wife don't like dogs. Well, I got to put in a kennel. Mom, that's your dog. Like, I don't have no problem. I'm not arguing with my wife over no one.
Oh, that's so good.
No one.
That's
not
so
my
good.
friends. I don't call and say, "Hey, my homeboy," me and my wife got plans. My homeboy called last minute. "Hey, I got tickets to the game." No, I can't go. I got plans with my wife.
And you don't feel pulled?
No.
I think it's some men out here that might feel pulled into the direction of, but those is my friends, or that's what, or what am I missing? Or
no, I don't. Well, I'm principled. And so that's why I have a prioritization that I apply these types of things to. God first, my wife is second, my wife is third, Fourth is vacant. Fifth is Tupac and the kids. Sometimes it's Tupac, then it's kids. Sometimes it's kids, then it's Tupac. I'm against the kids, man. I love my kids. I wouldn't trade them. But I'm on F them kids.
You F them kids.
F them kids for real. For real, for real. I hope they watch. Not my daughter. I don't want my daughter to watch this.
Because she's going to get you.
Yeah, my son.
Because she's going to get you.
I told him already. I left the house today. But yeah, just it's the work and the prioritization and the effort I put into my marriage to make my wife happy.
Ooh. Right?
This is what I want. This is what I desire.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. And so to me, what it sounds like is that when you got married, you made a commitment.
Yes.
Like you made a commitment. Yes. Mm-hmm. For her to be in your category, God is first, but for her to be second, to be third, and then to have some space, a vacancy,
yes.
and then the rest. Like that was a commitment.
That's a commitment.
So that means when anything else is thrown in your way or comes, like it means because you are sown to, you value your commitment.
Yes. Yeah. It has to be principled. That's part of it too with people today. If you don't have principles, I don't know how you make decisions without principles. Jesus. So it's so easy for me that when my sister calls and says, "What are you doing for Christmas?" or whatever, and I'm like, I got to see what my wife want to do. Mm-hmm. My sister be like, "Well, what you gonna just do whatever your wife want to do?" And yeah. Mm. Did you think you said something like that?
But no, this is so good. No, this is so good. We're gonna go here because there's some men out there that have been taught that's being a. I'm going to say a B, being a B. Yeah. Do that, because we want this to go far. Yeah.
Said the wrong word. But then we got edited.
But they feel like that's an effeminate trait, right? To put your wife first, right. And it's easy for society, right? Says, which is why maybe your sister, whoever said, what you gonna do? You gonna listen to your wife? And you clearly said because of your principle and your commitment.
That's my baby.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Listening to my wife. Did you got another one? That one didn't work. That one didn't. That dart you through. Like I just died there. Like hey, you gotta throw some more because to the men, to the mama's boys out there, mama gonna love you no matter what. Mm-hmm. Just receive that. That mama is gonna love you no matter what. So when it's a decision between my mother and my wife, it's easy for me because mama gonna love me no matter what, and mama has to learn her place. That she's not in the marriage.
Yes.
And if you don't teach her that and prioritize that and exhibit that, then she'll never learn her place. But once she learns her place, now she's respectful. Mm-hmm. And so my mother learned her place. Mm-hmm. So now my mother calls before she just pop up at the house. She don't just kick in the door, come over. No, she'll call my wife, what y'all doing today? And next thing you know, my wife and my mother are going out shopping because my wife knows that she's number one.
Yes.
And my mother knows that my wife is number one.
That she ain't.
That she's not number one.
That's right.
And if you do it like that, then you won't have a problem. But if you try to do it the other way, it will always have strife. It will always have fighting and arguments and disagreements. Conflict. Always.
And create conflict. And so the opposite of creating conflict is already having a commitment, having principles, right? And setting boundaries.
Yes. And sometimes these things don't feel good.
Right?
You talk about setting boundaries. Like sometimes it don't feel good to set boundaries.
Yeah, but you know what I call boundaries? Lines of love. Okay. Because they're lines, because they don't actually mean that it's like a brick cement wall and that means you're a bad person. I'm horrible. I'm not. No, I can set boundaries with lines of love, honey, where I can see you. That's why I say lines, because I can still see you through it. I can still love you through it and still say no. I can still say no with love and light and mean it. Lines of love, honey. I am putting some lines up here because this is not working for me. This is not feeding my soul. Whatever this is that you're wanting from me is sending me out of alignment. I am out of alignment with what God has for me. So therefore, it's time for me to set a boundary. And it's a line with love. Not a line with I hate you. I don't want you. It's not negative. It's love. Like I can see you. Because I'm like, hey, I still love you. So just because it's hard don't mean you shouldn't do it.
Right.
And that's everything that we talk about, right? It may be challenging or you may think it's hard. I love to challenge myself, and I always challenge my clients with being conscious about your language.
Mm-hmm.
When we speak that something is hard, we create more hard. You know, we make it hard. But when we change that and we say this is challenging, then hopefully you up for the challenge.
Yes. Take the challenge.
Take the challenge.
That's one of the things I talk to men about all the time is that, like, gathering women is not a challenge.
Oh.
That's not really a challenge.
Oh, you say that.
I mean, if you a player such as myself, you know what I'm saying?
You're
like,
old player.
I'm a retired player.
Age, retired.
I'm a retired player. You know what I'm saying? You know, you see the brim, I got it tilted, whatnot. Well, you a player such as myself, collecting women, that is of no challenge.
Oh. Come on now. That's so easy.
Some men don't get it. Like that's not a challenge, right?
Yeah.
Right. Keeping one woman happy a lifetime is a challenge.
Ooh.
That is what stretches and grows me. That is what causes me to challenge myself. How do I challenge myself mentally, spiritually, emotionally?
Yeah.
How do I grow? How do I evolve? How do I become bigger?
Yes.
How do I be who I need to be the way God created me?
Yes.
And so for me to do those things, I've got to create that and feel that acceptance that we're talking about. And once I feel accepted, then I can, were you going to add in there?
No, you go. Once you feel accepted.
Once you feel accepted, you can jump in. You can the acceptance of knowing that I'm happy with who I am. Now I can communicate effectively when you feel accepted. You feel like I know who I am.
That's right.
I'm comfortable in my skin.
That's right.
I'm flawed. I'm imperfect. But I'm comfortable because nothing is perfect but God.
Yes.
So I'll never be perfect.
Yeah.
I was telling someone in a session recently how I grade myself on a curve.
Oh, I like it.
Right? Because perfect is God. I'm never going to be God.
That's right.
I'm never going to be perfect.
That's right.
I'm going to give my best effort.
Come on.
I'm going to challenge myself.
Yes.
I'm going to grow and get better each day. So as men, that is what we're trying to do with accept. When you create that area, that platform, that safe space where you feel accepted, are you growing, brother?
Yes.
Are you better than you were yesterday?
Yes.
And if you're better than you were yesterday, and you're better than you were last year, and you're better than you were 5 years ago, be happy with who you are.
Yes.
And continue that path forward.
Yes.
So now that will increase your capacity to love. And now you give a better, love to your partner.
Yes, absolutely. I should. And this keeps coming back to, right? Self-love.
Self-love.
Which comes from self-acceptance, right? I love that. And self-acceptance, I don't have to wait to accept myself until I'm perfect.
Right.
Because we will never be perfect. And it will be, and then is when you'll have those, we talked about those maladaptive coping skills, got me, to keep you distracted because you feel bad about yourself because I'm not perfect. So why am I going to work on that? So it's easier for me to go do things that make me feel good just in the moment, instant gratification. So whether that's collecting women, whether that's obsessing over porn, whether that's obsessing over sex, whether that's obsessing over drinking, alcohol, or food, right? Whatever those things are, obsessing over those things or, going to get those things, as you would say, easy. Real easy. But they don't bring you true happiness. Right. You can't buy enough shoes. You can't buy how many cars, millionaires say, how many cars can you buy that make you happy? No, it's instant gratification that it gives you, because then the edge kind of goes off. You collect so many women and then the edge, like, what is this? Because inner peace, inner happiness, inner love comes from self-acceptance. It's doing the work, bringing you back to doing your work, not doing what's easy.
Right.
Getting that instant gratification.
Right. Like it makes me think about when we talk about figuring out your happiness. Like you asked me one time, what have you been doing, Stephen? What have you been up to?
Oh, that's good.
Right. Like for me, when someone says, what do you want to do with your time? I want to spend family time. That's what makes me happy.
Got you.
I know this in advance.
But you had to work. This is so good. This is good. I want you to tell me, right? How'd you get there? Right? In steps. Because I know people want steps, right? You don't have to come up with this is not a synopsis.
17 steps.
Right. No, not a dissertation.
You want 17 steps right now?
No. But I'm just saying, as you speak, right? I want you to think about what prompted you to know what makes you happy?
I was hustling, and it was right when the book was taking off, and I was all over the country, everywhere doing, speaking engagements, trainings, coachings, marriage counseling and coaching and all that stuff. And I was just gone. I was literally just gone. Like every weekend I was flying somewhere else or doing something else. And someone asked me one day, like, are you happy? And I was like, no, I'm just kind of working. I'm not really happy. And while I'm sitting there, I'm thinking about, I miss my family. And I had to slow down. I had to tell myself, this is fun. This is work, but this is not happiness.
Ooh, okay.
And then I had to say, okay, I need to make sure that all this time I spend hustling these books or whatever I'm doing is productive time that is making me money that I can take home to the family. If I'm not making money, I need to be with my family because my son needs me. My daughter needs me. My wife needs me. And I enjoy being around them. Like I'm at peace. When I talked to my son today, I had a conversation with my son about driving at safe speeds. He's 17 years old, y'all. Some of y'all out there got kids driving around. I wanted to be home with him to have that conversation in person. I had a conversation with my 8-year-old daughter about just not being overly dramatic with me. I was like, hey, daddy loves you. I can't do that over the phone. Like my daughter don't really pay attention on the phone. She went, okay, bye. Can I have some candy? I say, yes. Okay, bye, Dad. She hangs up. I got to wait till I'm in person to say, hey, I'm not, let's work together. Let me figure out the right tone to take with you. Let me slow down. Let me learn how to talk to you. I'm talking to you. Like she'll do something and I'll whisper in her ear, hey, that was really appropriate what you did. And I'll show to her, like, hey, notice how Dad is whispering to you so no one knows what we're talking about. I'm not trying to embarrass you. I'm not yelling at you. I'm not going crazy. I'm just saying, hey, babe, let's not do it like that. Let's do it. And she'll get it. And so I feel the value of investing in them. That makes me happy. It doesn't make me happy chasing money. So like I remember when I was going through this, I was doing all that stuff and I bought a Maserati. Ooh, the Maserati gonna make me happy. It's coming today. It's coming today. The Maserati's coming. Nobody got this one. It's custom. It's a navy blue with a brown interior, all that, and they got all the engine and all that. Maserati came, drove it around. It's a car. It was a car.
It's so good.
It was a car. So like, what am I doing with this Maserati? I'm driving it to Kroger. Kroger's gas station. I mean,
supermarket.
Yeah, just driving it to the supermarket. Ooh, I'm just flying to Target. I'm married with kids. Where am I going with this Maserati?
Ooh,
it's so a car. Good. It didn't make me happy. Traded it back in. What makes me happy? So if you learn what makes you happy and you emphasize and prioritize your life around the things that actually make you happy. And when I talk about happiness too, happiness has to be something that is good. You can't say, can I say hoes?
Yes, say hoes.
You can't say hoes make me happy. They don't make you happy. They don't make you happy. They make you feel good. You have that release, that instant gratification. But just collecting
in that
moment. And then later when you want them to leave after that. Like, can you believe I paid them to go is what people say. Like I paid them to go. So that can't be happiness because you paid them to go. So that's a moment, right? What makes you happy? What fills your heart? What fills your spirit? When do you feel complete?
Your heart, what fills your spirit? That's good. And what makes you feel complete? What fills your heart, what fills your spirit, and what makes you feel complete.
You got to know it.
Oh, that's good.
You got to check for it. You got to know it. You got to pursue it. You got to just know, like, is the Maserati going to make me happy? Is the big house going to make me happy? I have a lot of friends who think money makes them happy. One friend told me, I love just looking at my money in the bank account. I was like, really? That does it for you? You got 3 million, 5 million in the bank, or whatever you look at it. Like, no, I've done things like I went and got a cousin from each side of my family. My family's from Louisiana, and we don't have a lot of money. And once I did well, I went and got a cousin from one side of the family, a cousin from another side of the family. I brought them to live with me. I put them in college. Like I gave back. That feels great.
That fills your spirit.
Giving back feels great. We got so many men running around here chasing all these hoes. You shouldn't have told me I could use hoes.
Use hoes.
Use hoes. All these men running around here chasing these hoes, thinking they're going to feel better and feel happy. That's not going to make you happy, brother. Give back. You know, see something else. See a flower grow in front of you.
Yeah.
You know, life.
Yeah. Let me say this. I love everything that you're saying. And I'm going to go back to what you said about the guy that said seeing a certain amount of money in their bank account makes them happy, right? And so really what that comes from, not only does society speak to the amount of money that we have has a direct connection to your worth.
Yes.
To your sense of self-worth. Yes. The amount of money that I have tells me this is how much I'm worth, right? Or what I'm worth. So society says that, society perpetuates that, and women, and you call them something else, but women, especially a lot of different women, you know, also will tell a man that, right? Yes. That the amount of money that they have, you go back to the car, right? So if I have a certain amount of car, what society says, then that means that I am worthy, yes. that I am worth something, when the reality is it's not true. Like it is not true. Like it is BS.
Yes, it's not true.
Like it's playing to a game that's not true. And it's so interesting how society can also tell you that a certain race, it has more value than another. You'll fight that. You'll fight that and say, well, no. My race should be as equal to as someone else or maybe greater. Like you'll fight that, but you won't fight these other societal norms or things that society push that really can keep you in a bind. Yeah. And I think also outside of society telling us that, the same person, and I'm using this person because other men have felt this too. We talk about men, not women today. So other men, well, it could also come from growing up in a household where they didn't have much, right, and didn't have anything, right, and felt like nothing then when they had nothing, right? Maybe was picked on, or you know, it's hard when you really don't have food to eat and you have to kind of go try to find it on your own and you don't know where your next meal is coming from. Then when you do get a job or get your hands on some money, you understand what I'm saying? That I could see being really easy and impactful to feel like I am worthy now, because when I was a little boy, I felt worth less. I was treated like I was worth less because I didn't have. So now just me seeing what's in my bank account, the fact that I can create that makes me feel like I'm more. But what we're saying is, because I can understand that. However, what the point here is that only lasts for so long. That doesn't fulfill your spirit and it doesn't fulfill your soul. And since we are spiritual beings, all of us here, that's not going to bring you long-term happiness. It looks real cute when you look at it. Well, you're going to put it everywhere around you, because as soon as you stop looking at it, well, you feel good. You get a boost of dopamine. That's a neurotransmitter in your brain. That's the natural feel good. And then all of a sudden, it goes away. And now I'm looking at the world again. So what? I'm going to go look at it again. That's what I'm saying. That it doesn't fulfill you. It doesn't fulfill your heart. It doesn't fulfill your soul. If that makes sense.
And you know how we can close? We can prove this.
Okay.
We have scientific fact.
Okay.
How we prove this is by saying the best time of year is what we just had, the holidays.
Okay. And we still, we just had the holidays.
We just had the holidays. And that's what we look forward to. Why do we look forward to? Because we're spending it with family. And we're spending it with family doing absolutely nothing. We sitting on the couch watching a movie with family, and we're happy and content and happy and content. Like we just have, like, nobody, if you out at the club on Thursday, you're not living right. Like that's not this, you could have did that on Wednesday. If it's Thanksgiving on Thursday or Christmas on Friday, do that. You do that anytime. But find family. So once you find family, and I'm kind of making sure I include people that didn't have the family.
And that's what I was getting ready to say. Right. Go ahead.
Just including the people who didn't have the family growing up. Like, I had family growing up. I was blessed to have it. If you don't have it, find that. Ask someone if you can come to their Thanksgiving dinner or their Christmas dinner or whatever, and they will welcome you in. I guarantee you. They will welcome you in with open arms. We've had people at our holidays that we weren't best of friends with or family with, but there was somebody that didn't have anybody else. So like, yo, you with us, come on, and we're gonna love on you, and we're gonna, you're gonna be happy for that amount of time, and you'll learn what it is. So when we talk about acceptance, know that you play a major role in you being accepted. Like, get yourself to that place where you're comfortable with who you are, so then you can grow and learn. If you know who you are, then you can know where you're not, and then you'll know what you need help on to continue to grow and evolve. Just holidays, man. Just think about the holidays.
Yeah, and that is the thing that makes you happy.
Yes.
Right? That is how you build self-love. Going back to is self-acceptance, right? Self-accepting, accepting exactly who you are, no matter what it looks like, without any shame. Don't judge yourself, because when you judge yourself, that's the energy you putting out is for other people to judge you too. That's what you'll create. But and as I would say, shame, when you feel shame, it binds you. If I'm told over and over again that I'm bad, then how am I going to act out? I'm going to continue to act bad. But when I tell myself that I am good, although I may have made some maladaptive decisions or bad choices, two different things, but I am good. God created me to be amazing. That's what you tell yourself, because that is true. Although sometimes my decision making has been off. But that's okay, because then that builds capacity, because at that point, I've accepted myself. So I can create any change that I want. And nothing that anybody says to me, nothing that, no judgment, no critique can change how I see myself, because I've already claimed it. And claim your mistakes. Accept those too. Because I am amazing. I'm a child of God. I'm created to do amazing things, but I made this misstep. Claim it. Because let me tell you something. Once you own your truth, can't nobody use it against you. It is the truth. It don't even feel the same. There's no sting to it, because I already owned it. I put it out there. It is what it is. And my mistake is not who I am. It does not take away from my value. It was a mistake. It was a maladaptive behavior. But now I have the power, because I have accepted that I made that mistake, but I'm still a child of God. And now I'm going to create whatever it is that I want and desire moving forward. Like, I have the power to do that. See, when you stay stuck in your mistakes, then that's where you feel shameful. And then you don't see where you have the power, because you believe that you are those mistakes, but you're not those mistakes. So own your stuff.
Oh, okay.
Own your stuff.
Close.
Own your stuff, so that nobody can use it against you. Don't even sting no more. Like, yeah, all right, I did that, but that ain't how I'm living now.
I'm done talking. I wish I could have played the organ while you.
Yeah, all right, I did that.
You done took it to church.
Well, I'm just saying.
I'd have been in the background. Like,
I did that. Yeah, I said that. Yeah, but and what? Right? I'm doing something different now. Acceptance, self-acceptance. Once you accept yourself, my loves, once you accept yourself, come on now, that's how you grow. That's how you create self-love. And then you can love others. But you cannot fully love others and accept others if you're holding yourself in contempt, if you're not accepting yourself.
I'm playing the organ. I'm hoping you're going to add that in the editing so I don't look crazy. Add that organ in and editing over you talking. We just, when I do that right there,
yes,
that's what you, okay.
Okay. Well, okay. So I guess we can end this, right?
I just played the organ.
You played the organ. So
they don't ever come back after they play the organ.
See, you trying to tell me Okay, well, there you go, y'all.
Subscribe to the podcast.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna tell you again. Please click that little bell and subscribe to the podcast. Share it, and comment. Put some comments down in there and say, if it's something that you liked, if you didn't, if there's something that you want us to explore even further. Come on, let us know. Self-acceptance, love. And let me say this. So this week with self-acceptance, I'm hungry for self-acceptance. That was our title today, self-acceptance. Once you accept yourself, you show up in the world. And that's when you expect other people to accept you too. And if they don't, you move on. Move on.
Mental health is a lifestyle.
Change your circle. Mental Health is a Lifestyle podcast. That is the end. My friend is trying to reel me in like on Apollo. He bringing
I'm just playing. Well, everybody know what that means.